By the way, thank you to everybody who's been writing in, giving me all these suggestions for French films. This person writes in, okay, the 10 French films listed below can be found on the Criterion Channel. Nice. All right, below are the films. Killing Zoe, I've seen that. All right, badass French movie you need to check out if you haven't already is La Haine. A shot in black and white. Oh, yeah. I've seen that one. I saw the beginning of it when I was on the road. I got to watch that. That looks like Train Spotting. There's a scene that references a famous taxi driver scene. Okay. Le Cercle Rouge. The red circle? Is that what that is? Is that too easy? Le Cercle Rouge. Okay, that's the second time with it's L-E, then C-E-R-C-L-E, Rouge, R-O-U-G-E, Diabolique. Of course, there is the original Diabolique. Okay, those are the first two I'm watching. Yes! Dude, I'm getting this shit down.
I'd have to say Anatomy of a Fall. The script writing, the fight. The husband and wife fight in that fucking movie. I just thought that's as good as it gets as far as like writing or whatever. Look at me. I'm like this. I'm talking about this shit like I never know all this stuff. So I'm so pissed. I still haven't seen Oppenheimer. There's a couple more that I need to go see, and I'm not going to have time to see them. But anyways, I was all excited that I could actually, the Oscars could be on and I wouldn't get thrown out of the room because I was annoying the shit out of everybody in the room finally. And where am I going to be? I'm going to be in the road. By the way, I watched a couple of more Oscar-nominated Best Picture movies. I watched Anatomy of a Fail, which the performances and the writing in that movie are so next level. Everybody in that movie is just absolutely amazing, and I just love what you're left with in the end of it. Rather than leading you by the nose and you're like, you know, this is right and this is wrong. Here's your happy Hollywood ending, blah, blah, blah. It's just a fucking one of the realest endings to a movie I can remember. And all of the performances, right down to the kid who's like 11 years old, he's amazing. The guy who plays the prosecuting attorney is incredible. The defendant, the whole friggin' thing is just fantastic. Big thumbs up to that one.
I watched this French movie called Breathless, which was by this, I don't know, Jean-Luc something or other.
It was Jean-Luc Godard.
And it was a movie that guys like Martin Scorsese, I guess they claim, was influenced by. And you know that whole period of the rebel sort of directors that made all these badass movies in the late 60s and 70s? The French were going through that in 1960 is when it started. So they were actually ahead of where we were at, where a lot of times the way I've seen that talked about, it's typical, like people just talk about your country. So it's like they had the studio system, and then these guys came along and said, no, fuck that. We're going to make what we want to make. And it's like, well, they were also, the same way we know comedians around the world, like directors know films around the world. I think that they were watching it, but it was a really, really, really good movie.
I mentioned before, I saw that movie La Piscine, and that guy, the last surviving star of the movie, just passed away the other day. Rest his soul. I don't remember his name. I literally just saw the movie, and I'm not going to do that thing like most people did, like when what's his face, Nipsey Hussle died. Remember all these people, all these my people that came out of the woodwork and act like they were listening to his music, just being a douche. Oh, by the way, the guy died in his hometown of Douchy, France. D-O-U-C-H-Y. Do you know some guy in the New York Times just recently had to let everybody know that, as much as you're enjoying La Piscine, it wasn't a good movie? You know what I mean? It's unreal. It's unreal. You know what the problem is?
like, no chick wants to fuck a groupie, and then entertainers have to pay the price for it. It's just imagine the arrogance of just sitting there. Hey, you guys are all enjoying this. You're actually wrong. It actually sucks. Here's a spoiler alert on La Piscine, and I'm going to tell you why I loved that movie. All right, here comes the spoiler. Here comes the spoiler. Here it comes. All right, when the dude kills the other dude in the pool, what I love about it is I don't think he has any intentions of doing it. I think at first, it just strikes him as funny that this guy who's living his dream, because the guy outside the pool isn't living his dream. And this other guy was successful in entertainment and the other guy flopped. And it kind of got back to him that he talked shit and said that he wasn't talented or whatever. So the successful guy is now drunk. And the guy whose book failed throws him in the pool. And it's late at night and there's nobody there. And the guy's trying to get out of the pool, and he just, he starts to get out, and the guy just pushes him back in the pool. And he goes, "You f***ing asshole," it's all in French. And then he starts to go to get out again. He does it again. And I just think with each time he does it, to finally have power over this guy, or maybe just control of his life, I don't think that he decides, I'm going to kill this guy. I think that it is... The guy in the pool is drunk, and then this guy gets intoxicated with finally having power over his life again, finally having a purpose, and then just being able to kill this guy. And I feel like it isn't until he finally grabs him by the head and shoves his fucking head under that he finally decides, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. And just the way the scene builds, that alone is incredible. But and everybody has always enjoyed that movie or whatever, and they put it on the Criterion Channel, and some guy in the New York Times just had to remind everyone, wait a minute, before you enjoy that movie, it's actually not a good movie. It's like, what are you talking about? This movie is second season of White Lotus, 50 years before White Lotus. What are you talking about? I don't know. And what I also love about the movie is there's so many things where, like, it sort of lets you try to figure out, like, why did this person do that? Why did she do that? Why is this going on? And you're left kind of with all these questions, and it makes you think. I mean, I love the movie, but I guess I'm just a moron. Because somebody who never made a movie thinks it's a piece of shit. There's always that, But I do respect critics, because you know what a critic is? A critic is a hater that made it. Because most people just sit around hating and they don't make any money. But a critic is a hater that figured out how to make a living. So God bless them. I am fascinated with how a critic makes it. I'm not singling this critic out. It's just a buddy of mine. He saw the movie and he liked it too. And he goes, this person in the New York Times, they didn't like it. And they sent it to me. And I started to read it, and I was just like, all I'm reading is I didn't get enough pussy in life. And this guy who's the lead in this movie looks like Rob Lowe and banged everyone from Jane Fonda to whoever Frances Jane Fonda is. And why should he get all the pussy and a good review? Oh, God, Jesus Christ. Stop. All right.
Like, I don't know. I get, like, why I love movies is because if I'm into it, I'm in it. I'm in it.
I can't do rape scenes. There's this movie called Irreversible, and there's a 10-minute rape scene in a tunnel, and it's so realistic, and literally, like, 10 seconds in, you're like, all right, I'm out. I can't do it. Yeah. It's so uncomfortable.
Oh, I remember when that movie came out.
Yeah.
I remember when that came out, because that was a big deal.
It was a controversial.
Does it go backwards?
It goes backwards the whole movie.
Yeah.
Right. And there's this, like, and it's like, you don't have editors? Cut it down!